Greetings and salutations, my dear audience. This is Joe St. Egg Benedictus just coming at you with another video. Part response, part question video, part trying to get some participation video. As I give a shout out to my pal Mike, to all the visionaries and mystics out there. Thank you for joining me today. Wanted to do something real fast to get you to think about the one Bible you would want in your coffin. All right, before we get to that, how did I get to the question? Friend of the channel and a friend of mine, Palm Beach Sports Cards, did a 300 subscriber giveaway thing to where he asked what baseball card or sports card would go in your coffin. You know, that day of that the Lord sends you home. You know, you would put maybe something special in your coffin. What is the one card that you would do? And immediately when I saw the video, I thought to myself, and some response videos. It was actually a Coffin Egg, a good friend of the channel, who made the response video that got me thinking about this really as a response to Palm Beach Sports Cards. That got me thinking, what is your Coffin Bible? And I thought, you know, that's a really interesting question. Because I've always asked the question, what Bible would you want to live with if you were stranded on an island? Which is an important question, because if you're stranded on an island, you'd have to have a Bible not only that you can read, but you'd have to have a Bible that you'd want but not necessarily need to preach out of. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I have a Bible that I love to use for sermon prep, but it's not the Bible I would bring to an island because I wouldn't need to do sermon preps. So I bring something else, another Bible. So I don't want to ask you what Bible would you have if you got stranded on an island, because you have to think through that. But rather, what Bible do you want in your coffin? It's that one Bible that is so meaningful to you. That you'd want it. First of all, let me get to my sports card. I know I'm a little late on the reaction for Palm Beach cards. I missed the contest, but this is a 1987 Franklin Stubbs, which is meaningful because Coffin Egg mailed me this a long time ago. We were pen pal, best friends growing up. I met him in kindergarten. Third grade, he moved out of New York. I moved out of New York, but we kept in touch. And he mailed me this card, not this specific card, but this particular year card. One year, letting me know that this picture reminds him of my sister. So we've always had a Franklin Stubbs collection. You can actually go and check a video where I actually show my Franklin Stubbs collection. But this card is the Coffin card. All right, just wanted to get that out of the way, just in case Palm Beach Sports Cards was wondering. So what is your Coffin Bible? What's the one Bible you'd want to get buried with? Mine is this, the New Oxford Annotated Bible with the Apocrypha, an Ecumenical Study Guide, New Revised Standard Version, Second Edition. Now you're probably thinking, that's no surprise. Everybody knows Joe St. Eggs is a huge NOAB fan, or Oxford, or NRSV fan. I mean, that's no surprise. The question, however, is which NOAB NRSV would you want? Do you want the 4th edition, which I use every day or every week for sermon prep that I've had for 10 years? Or is it going to be, that's the 4th edition, or am I going to use the 3rd edition that I've used to preach and was my first Bible when I went and entered into the ministry? Okay, which has the leather as my 4th edition does, or is it the 2nd edition? And I chose the 2nd edition. Now, I'm going to get rid of the cover because this cover I purchased secondhand. The cover is not original to this Bible. I got the cover from a used bookstore last year. I found one of these Bibles, and the cover was in such good shape. I bought the Bible for $1, took the cover so I can keep a dust cover on it, and donated the Bible. This Bible I bought used at the bookstore at my college, but it didn't come with the dust cover. We call this lovingly the brick. The black tape I added this past year because it was finally falling apart. So let me show you a little bit about this Bible. One, it has a picture of my wife from like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. You know, I kind of like that. An outline of some things. And then I have all of these amazing notes from when I went through seminary and my last year of college. I taught a high school Bible using this. Seminary, all kinds of fun stuff. Just great stuff. I really love this Bible because it is, the first, other than when I had the softcover NOAB in my first year of college and second year of college. I didn't use it. I didn't understand it. I didn't really implement it. I used an NIV Study Bible and a Ryrie New Testament. But when I finally got sold on this, I bought the hardcover, like I said, third or fourth year of college, and just used it for all of my education and my first few years of teaching Bible and history at a private schools in Florida. Have my notes here, all in pencil, by the way. Manipulating objects and moving objects, manipulating. Anyway, MoMA. He's a big fan of pencils, and when I looked through this, I noticed that I did most of my marks in pencil. Okay, so here's some marks. Most of it is in pencil. Some of it is in pen, if I look closely, but you can see pencil marks. All right. I showed a Ryrie Study Bible, New Testament Study Bible that I used for college as well, on days where I didn't want to lug this thing around. This is not the smallest, lightest Bible. But this is really where I did all of my master's work. I mean, my master's thesis, I don't know if I did, I think I used it for my dissertation even. I mean, I used it for everything. Well, all pencil. Again, writing here some blue highlighter. MoMA, forgive me. But just a wonderful, wonderful Bible. Now, I haven't really kept up with this Bible. Here's some more writing. When I used the third edition, I was associate pastor, so I wasn't really using it much because I didn't have any sermons to prep for. So if you go through like my third edition, you won't find barely any notes. I mean, there are a few here for like Bible study, okay, but barely anything. All right, I probably did some Sunday school lessons. I think that was it. But if you look at my fourth edition, which I currently use now and have used for 11 years, I bought it in 2010, it is full of notes and everything. So notes-wise, the fourth edition is a cut above all of this because I've used it as in full-time ministry. But there's just something about the brick, this original NOAB Second Edition, that I just love. And I just, everything about it. I love the cover. I love how it looks. I see it in the used bookstore, or the thrift store, and I just want to buy one just because I really love it. And this really is my Coffin Bible. It's my go-to Bible. There are some times when I just want to be nostalgic and feel like I'm in school again, and so I'll pick this up. I think it's glued. You can actually see that the thing here, what is this called? I forget what it's called. Is coming apart from the glue, but you can see it's a glued binding in this one, whereas the other editions are sewn bindings. Weighs about, I would say about 2.5 pounds. Let's take a measurement real fast if you want to see how it measures. 9.25 by 6, a little less than 6.5. 9.25 by a little less than 6.5. And of course, it's with the Apocrypha, so it's going to be thicker. 2 inches. 2 inches, a little over 2 inches. All right, that's about comparable to the other Bibles. My other Bibles, the third edition and the fourth edition, they're the same size but a little thinner because these do not have the Apocrypha. I didn't need the Apocrypha as a pastor. I just needed the Apocrypha as a college and seminary student. Love this Bible, man. Love this Bible. Just absolutely adore it. Everything in Genesis. I mean, every book in this Bible has markings. Every book. Just love it to death, man. Anyway, respond. You can do 2 things. Comment on your Coffin Bible, the Bible that you want to be buried with, or make a video and respond, and let's have some fun with it. Keep the ball rolling. If you make a video asking the question, people who view your videos and may not catch my videos may ask the same question. So let's start a little trend here of Coffin Bibles, and I don't mean